Is this where we're supposed to be?
I think so.
That's what the sign said.
Yeah, they told us to come here.
Do you have your thing? Your thing you were supposed to bring?
I've got mine.
Me too.
What's this about anyways? What are we doing here?
I don't know. It just said bring your thing and come here.
It's a contest.
How do you know?
I've heard of these. It's definitely a contest.
Well, what do you win?
I don't know that. I'm just saying it's a contest. Maybe you get a prize.
You get a prize.
Maybe.
What kind of prize? You get a prize? Who gets a prize?
We don't know if anybody gets a prize.
Maybe somebody does. Hello?
In here.
Is this the place?
I guess so.
What did you bring?
Oh no!
What?
I forgot it!
What do you mean you forgot it? You have to have it. That's the whole point.
I left it outside. Do you think I
Everyone, please take a seat.
Excuse me? I need to go.
The doors are closed. If you leave, you may not return.
But I forgot
If you leave, you may not return.
Well, how necessary is it for me to actually...
No questions. We need to get started.
Now hang on a second here.
You'll each have 2 minutes to present your offering. If we want it, you will be asked to place it in the box. If we don't want it, take it with you. We have no need for unwanted offerings.
Hey, what do they mean by...
Quiet. Everyone should be seated. Sam, be seated.
How do you know mine?
Be seated.
Listen, I don't...
Be seated.
What if we don't want to be seated? What if we don't want to be pushed around by some voice we can't see? What if we won't do anything else until we know what exactly we're doing here and what exactly is in it for us?
Then we will wait.
Good. And while we're waiting, if you would please...
Time will run out. However, if one, some, or all of you cannot present your offerings before the time runs out, they will have no chance of being accepted.
All right then. I'll go first.
We will accept no offerings until everyone is seated.
You might as well sit down.
I don't like this.
I don't like being ordered around.
Just sit down. Time's going to run out.
Run out on what?
Hey, if mine doesn't get accepted because you can't follow the rules, I'm going to be pretty ticked off.
All right. Relax. I'm sitting.
I still don't know what we're supposed to do if we don't have our thing, our offering. I mean, it's just outside. If they just give me a minute, I could go get it.
Hey out there. We're all sitting, in case you hadn't noticed.
You told us to sit. Here we are.
This is crazy. I just set it down for a second. I can't believe I left it, but I do it all the time. One time I had to... Hey, what? I think you have to be quiet so we can get started. Oh, sorry. I thought we just had to be sitting. I didn't know about the quiet thing. When did they say something about the quiet thing? Shh. Okay.
We may begin.
I'm going first.
Proceed. Step into the square with your offering. Explain its significance.
All right. This, as you can see, is a pencil. First, I would like to point out that it's very sharp. I am extremely careful about my pencils. I mean, this is just one of them. At any given point, pardon the pun, any given point of the pencil. At any given time, I have 5 well-sharpened pencils in my pencil pouch, ready for use. Because you never know. Thumbs can occur at the worst times. So, this is one of my pencils. And if you look very closely, you will see the little indentations in this one, which is why I chose it especially, because those indentations were made by my teeth. I mean, you could do a forensic analysis. You could match these marks to my dental pattern, and you could definitely see that this is none other than my pencil. So, I chose this particular pencil with its very sharp point and its teeth marks because it has so much to say about who I am. For one, it's a pencil and not a pen. That's a key point. There's that pun again. That's a key issue. I choose pencils over pens because, and I freely admit this, I am a perfectionist. Oh, I didn't show you the eraser. This one's pretty worn down. You can tell this particular pencil has been with me a while. The teeth marks and the worn eraser clue you in about that. It's a veteran writing utensil of mine. Seen lots of action. So much that I'm afraid I will have to retire it shortly because, though it has served me faithfully, I cannot have a pencil in my arsenal that is not fully ready for duty, both on the writing end and the erasing end.
We have considered your offering.
Well, thank you.
We do not want it.
What?
Next.
What? Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. You can't not take my pencil. My offering. I didn't have enough time. Let me just tell you that
Next.
my offering is worthy of acceptance.
How do you know that?
Because it has to be. I get accepted. That's what I do.
Look,
I mean,
You went first.
I didn't want to run out of time.
I get that, but you didn't have the advantage of listening to anybody else.
You mean I can try again later?
Maybe.
I doubt it.
Why do you doubt it? Why can't I try again later?
Just sit down.
Next.
I want to know if I can try again later. I didn't have enough time.
Next.
Look, you went first, you didn't get accepted. Tough luck. Let somebody else go already. Come on!
Well, I'm going again. That's all there is to it. I'm going again.
I'm sure you'll be able to.
Next.
Okay, I'll go next. No, I hear they're having a sale on patience at Walmart. You should go buy yourself some.
Step into the square with your offering. Explain its significance.
Don't mind if I do. This, as you can see, is a conch shell. Now, the thing about this conch shell is that it's been in my family for years now. It was found on the beach in Nova Scotia by my great-grandfather, Isaac Turner Newman, when he was just 8 years old. Now, the thing about this conch shell is, so when he found it, he took the conch shell, and like everybody does on beaches, put it to his ear like this, and he heard the ocean. And he kept hearing the ocean, even after he had left the beach and returned to his home in West Kensington, Ohio. But he began to hear other things as well. He began to hear the sound of great possibilities to come. He had a special girlfriend of his listen, and he asked her if she could hear the sound of wedding bells and laughing children, and she swore she could. They later married and had 9 children, one of which being my grandmother, Sarah Newman. He took this to a friend of his. He asked him if he could hear the sound of machinery and giant factory whistles. He swore he could. They later started what became the most successful machine shops in all of Ohio. For generations to generations, this conch shell has been a guide to my family. Business ventures, relationships, investments, dreams of all kinds have been tested. In fact, it's become part of our family language when we ask each other, have you consulted the conch? I've heard that my whole life. Family reunions and gatherings would always hear, have you consulted the conch? So what do I hear when I put this special shell to my own ear? I hear, first, nothing. Then, as if from behind a bank of fog, slowly it emerges, the sound of waves. Then, slowly, I start to hear the sound of what might become of me. I hear the sound of a bat hitting a ball, sound of graduates being read from a list. Other sounds I can't make out yet, but I know someday I'll be able to. Is this shell an oracle? A prophet come to declare what must come? No. Perhaps my great-grandfather never heard a thing echoing in its shell. But when I put it to my ear, I feel the support of my family, the confidence of those who believe in me, the power of love. And more than anything, that is what will bring me and all of us a successful future. That was about 2 minutes, wasn't it?
Wow. That was really cool. It was also complete baloney.
What do you mean? We have considered your offering.
Hang on.
We accept it.
Well, of course you do.
Place your offering in the box.
10-4 on that.
Wait! You're not just going to give that away, are you?
Well, it got accepted. I'm just putting it in the box.
Yes, but that's a family heirloom. What's going to happen to it?
Don't worry about it. Into the accepted box. 1, 2, 3. Viola.
You know, hang on. That's a good question. What happens to the stuff you accept? Hello?
Next.
Hang on now. Do these things come back to us or what?
Next.
I can't believe you were just willing to give that up.
It's a thing, you know. It's the idea that matters, not the object itself.
Very noble of you.
Hey, I want to try again. Now that I've seen him go, I should get another chance.
Next.
Does anybody mind if I try again?
Yeah, I mind. You're not going again. You heard the guy. This is a time deal.
Well, somebody else go then. Hurry up.
All right. Here's my thing. I'm going.
Proceed. Step into the square with your offering. Explain its significance.
Right. Okay. So, this is my soccer ball. It's significant, well, because it's a soccer ball and it's mine, and I love the game of soccer. I've played a lot of soccer with this ball. I've had it for I don't know, probably 10 years. I learned how to kick with this ball. It's probably bounced against the side of my garage, I don't know, about 1 million times. Because that's where I usually practice with it, learning to kick, like I said, and practicing stopping the ball with different parts of my bodies, and practicing throw-ins, which you do overhead and straight like this, or the other team will get the ball. Not that you really care to hear about this, but this is my soccer ball. I like it. That's what I brought. I can go put it in your box up there, or I can probably put it on my mom's yard sale table and you can buy it for $1. I don't know.
We have considered your offering.
Right, cool.
We do not want it.
Okay.
Next.
You didn't even try.
What do you mean I didn't try? So it wasn't a flippin' 100-year-old conch shell. Big deal.
Anybody who's going, just go. I want to try again. And by the way, thanks for keeping it short.
Like I did it for you.
All right, I've got something for you. You're gonna love it. It's a doozy.
Proceed. Step into the square with your offering. Explain its significance.
Can we get a drum roll, please? No? All right, fine. But a moment of silence while I unwrap this amazing offering of mine. Now, I should probably tell you, right off the bat, that the untrained eye might not be able to pick out the awesomeness of this morsel I'm about to reveal to you, but you'll all see, after I've had the chance to explain, that this is truly the coolest of cool. That's right, ladies and gents, this is a genuine piece of ABC gum.
Give me a break.
Oh, no. Don't be skeptical, my friend. This particular piece of gum may seem humble at first, but it's got a history like no other. The initials, ABC, are of course extremely significant. They stand for already been chewed. And who chewed this particular piece of gum? Who, you ask?
Michael Jackson.
May God rest his very strange soul. No.
Elvis.
May God rest his blue suede shoes. No again.
Come on, guys, stop wasting time.
The chewer, ladies and gentlemen, of this astounding piece of once spearmint-flavored gum is none other than moi. Because otherwise, do you think I would be carrying around somebody else's ABC gum in my own pocket? That's just gross. But why is this piece of gum, chewed by myself, who has not achieved celebrity status, at least not yet, why should this be important? Because while I chewed this gum, which I masticated for exactly 3,227 teeth chomps, and yes, I do keep accurate records, I was abducted by aliens. They surrounded me, overwhelmed me, pulled me down, tied me up, and mysteriously dehydrated me until I was just their size. They all looked exactly like Bob Ross, these aliens did. And after they had taken me to their underground lair, They did not do the stereotypical poking, prodding, and mind melting. No, they asked me one simple question in English. Though they might have had an accent like they were from the north side of South Bronx, they asked me, "What's in your mouth?" And I proceeded to tell them, using this tiny bit of goodness as my example, about our human invention called chewing gum. They were amazed, they were astounded, they were blown away. It turns out that despite their advancements in science, mathematics, and every other discipline, including ping pong, these aliens under our feet had never conceived something as simple as chewing gum. And I've got to tell you, they were set on world domination until they abducted me. They were planning on turning our planet into one giant and very dusty alien anthill and turning humans into their amoeba-sized slaves. But I, along with this chomped-up hero right here, proved to them that we had something to offer this universe. And that is why you should accept it. Oh, voice without a body, accept it, cherish it, put it under a glass. But I don't advise chewing it yourself, because that also would just be plain gross.
That's your offering?
That was a joke.
So, what's the matter with a little humor now and then?
This is supposed to be serious.
Who said? Nobody knows what this is. Nobody's seen any rules. Maybe a joke is just what they're after.
Mine wasn't a joke.
We have considered your offering. We do not want it.
Fine. Where's the trash can?
I can't believe you wasted our time like that.
Relax. This place needs to lighten up a little.
Next.
I guess I can go.
Proceed. Step into the square with your offering. Explain its significance.
Thank you. I don't know if this is what you wanted, but I brought a crayon.
I brought a pencil. She better not get accepted with a crayon.
Shh. This is, or was, I guess, my sister's crayon. The name of this color is dandelion. She used to love to name the colors she would use as she made her pictures. I can just hear her now in her 6-year-old voice yelling, "I'm going to use desert sand to color this fence." My dad used to say her volume control button was broken. It was stuck on the loudest setting. For the sun, I'm using hot magenta. Her pictures were just bursting with colors, and she didn't care all that much about the lines. Not because she was careless. She could keep inside the lines if she wanted to, but she used to hate it when her teacher insisted she had to. Her name was a color, you know, amber. It made her mad that Crayola didn't have her name as one of its colors. What's the matter with those darned people? She wrote them about 5 letters. Anyway, about the lines. She said to me one day when she came home from school, "That Miss Donahue must not even look out the window sometimes. I swear, if she did, she'd see that colors blend. They don't always cut off at the lines between things. How boring would that be?" What a doofus she is. She said it just like that, too. I remember. She was very expressive for a 6-year-old in everything she did. Her words, her gestures, her pictures, her life. People found Amber's exuberance especially startling because she was tiny for her age and confined to a wheelchair. She had never walked a step in her life, never ran, not on her feet at least, but she ran. Oh, God, yes. She ran with her mouth. She ran with her hands flying through the air. She ran with her colors across the page. She ran with her imagination. Nobody could keep up with all the stories she told, all the characters and the plot twists. And if you tried and you goofed up a detail, watch out. Amber would be all over you about it. Bluebell the fairy never went over the crashing falls with Pirate Witch Chipmunk Samuel. How could they have? Bluebell lived a zillion miles away from Samuel, remember? She kept up with it all somehow. My
sister died the day before her 7th birthday. For her funeral, we hung up her pictures in the church. They covered 2 entire walls, floor to ceiling, with brick red and Caribbean green and outrageous orange and macaroni and cheese. Really, that was a color, macaroni and cheese. Amber must have laughed for 5 minutes straight when she first found that one. My favorite moment at her funeral was when we all just sat there and listened as my dad played a tape of Amber telling one of her fantastic stories. It must have went on for like 10 minutes straight. Amber hardly took a breath. I can't tell you what it was about exactly, but everything moved. Trees, rocks, rivers, dragons, cheetahs, everything ducked and danced in Amber's stories. Dad played it over the church's loudspeakers. He turned it up as loud as it could go. It was perfect. It was Amber's version of heaven. This crayon, dandelion, helps remind me of my sister, of Amber. I wish you'd known her. That's all.
They'd better take that.
No kidding.
We have considered your offering.
That was amazing.
We do not want it.
Oh, for
What do you mean you don't want it? What's the matter with you?
Next.
It's okay.
No, it's not. It's not okay. That was the most beautiful thing I've ever heard.
Was it true?
Hey,
Yes, it was true.
how could you even ask that?
I'm sorry, I was just...
Listen, I've had enough of this. I don't think any of us should show any more offerings until we know what this is all about, how these decisions are made.
Yeah, what's the matter with my pencil?
forget about your pencil. Did you hear what she just said about her sister's crayon? I mean, if that wasn't worthy, what is?
Well, I guess my conch shell was for one.
Right, your conch shell. Your heirloom conch shell, which you bought for $6.99 down at a Florida tourist shop last summer. On sale.
Who told you that?
You told her that. I heard you.
Hey, eavesdropping is not polite.
You lied about that?
So what? It got in, didn't it? What about her? She lied about the chewing gum thing.
Everyone knew that was a lie. I wasn't trying to pull anything over anybody. I was going for a laugh. That's different.
You were going for a laugh. I was going for an inspirational moment. What's the difference?
The difference is you were being a scumbag.
Oh, no, I remember the difference now. You lost and I won. How about that difference?
Look, forget that. The point is, her offering was clearly the best, and it didn't get accepted. That's just wrong, and I want to know what happened.
Next.
Don't you next us? We deserve an explanation. I'm not showing you my offering until I know some things. A, what are your criteria for judging? B, what are you doing with these offerings? C, what do we get for being accepted?
Next.
This is ridiculous.
How much time do we have left? Can you tell us that?
Very little.
Guys, is anybody else going to go? Because if not, I want to...
You want to try again? Yeah, we've heard.
Hey, you don't have to get all snippy about it.
You know what? I'm leaving. If this is how you're running this game, I quit. I don't want to be a part of a system that takes his bogus conch shell and rejects something as important as Amber's crayon. I'm done.
What about your offering?
My offering? How about this? It's a tie for your neck. You want an explanation of its significance? You can hang yourself with it.
If you leave, you can't come back.
Who wants to?
We have considered your offering. We accept it.
What the?
Her offering?
They accept her offering.
Hey, they took it. It's been accepted. Dude, it's been... She's gone.
So, is somebody gonna put that in the box?
I'm taking it.
You can't do that!
How do you know? Who says I can't? It's mine. She left it. She doesn't want it. It's mine. I have another offering.
Proceed. Step into the square with your offering.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm already here.
This isn't right.
Explain its significance.
It's a tie for your neck. You can... Wait. Okay. It's a tie for your neck. You can hang yourself with it.
We have considered your offering. We do not want it.
Hey, that's not fair. It's the same tie. You accepted it before.
You didn't say it quite right. She said something about, I don't know. She said it a little differently. It was more dramatic.
I said it right. I said it's a tie for your neck. I remember she said that.
Yeah?
And then she said, you can Wait, I've got it now. It's a tie for your neck. You want an explanation of its significance? How about this? You can hang yourself with it.
And then she threw it down.
Should I throw it down?
I don't know. I'm just saying she threw it down.
I'm going to throw it down. There! I said the thing and I threw it down. It's accepted, right? It's my offering and you accept it.
It's not
It's
your
not
offering.
your offering.
Take the tie. Take it!
Next.
I'm putting this in the box. It's accepted.
Do not place it in the box. Only accepted offerings belong in the box.
Gee, the only thing in there is a little old conch shell. Whose could that be?
This was accepted.
Forget the tie. Obviously, you're the wrong person. You brought the pencil.
Yeah, but they didn't want the... This isn't fair!
Look. Hey, I don't know how this works. Nobody does, obviously. But I brought something. I brought this.
Proceed. Step into the square with your offering. Explain its significance.
Good luck, buddy. I tried the ball already.
Yeah, well, I don't know. What the heck? I might as well. This is the ball from last year's big game against West High School, our rival since forever. I was the kicker. As you can see from my size, kicker's about the only position I'm cut out to play in football. But it's a pretty important position, obviously. You see, a lot like being a goalie in soccer, you can do a lot of standing around until suddenly all the pressure's on you, right? So last year, we were down to the final 4 seconds of the game, and West was ahead by 2. It was all up to me. I mean, we were barely in field goal range. The longest I'd ever kicked was 42 yards, and that was only once during practice. The distance on that day was 43 yards. My coach kept trying to tell me not to worry about the distance, that it didn't matter what the distance was, I just had to focus on my technique, and the distance would take care of itself. Easy for him to say. I mean, everybody was in the stands. My mom, my stepdad, all my sisters, my real dad. In a small town like ours, football's the thing to do on a Saturday night, especially when it was us against West. So, sure, I was trying to focus on my technique, but that number just wouldn't stop rattling around in my helmet. 43, 43, 43 yards. I tried to do the right thing, too, by visualizing the ball passing straight through the uprights. But in a pressure situation, your brain's just going to do what it's going to do. And all I could see was me on my knees, holding my head and screaming because I'd missed the kick. Not good, right? So the time came. I tried to block out everything but the ball and my foot. I also tried to keep from puking from nervousness. Anyway, here comes the ball. The place setter puts it down right in front of me. I take my usual 3 steps, left, right, left, then pow! Sailed off my foot. I knew the moment I made contact it was one of the best kicks I'd ever done. All I could do was watch as it sailed up, 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 then down, down, down. The whole place seemed to be holding its breath, you know? It's going to be just short, I remember thinking. Just short. But you know what? That ball actually landed right on the horizontal part of the uprights and bounced straight up into the air, probably 10 feet up. The only question was, which side would it come down on? Probably only took half a second to fall, but it felt like it hung there for a year. Then it came down, end over end, just barely on the other side of the goalpost. We won the game by that point. That was the greatest moment of my life. The luckiest moment of my life. So, here's the ball. I got to keep it. This is my offering.
That was really good.
Typical jock story. Nobody ever goes for that.
We have considered your offering.
Sorry, I'll bet you anything.
We accept it.
Yes!
Oh, man.
Place your offering in the box.
You did it for me again, buddy.
Did she just kiss that ball?
She kissed it goodbye.
This is prejudice. How come her football got in, but my soccer ball didn't?
Who knows?
Next.
Okay, how about this? Do you at least have a quota? Can you tell us how many things are going to be accepted? Is 2 the limit or what?
Yeah, that's a good question. And exactly how much time do we have left?
Little time remains.
That's not exact. You said that before.
Little time. Are we talking geological terms here? What have we got? Only 10,000 years left?
Very little time remains.
Oh, great. Very little. Now we're down to 5,000 years.
Nice job with the football.
Thanks. Congrats on the conch. But I have to tell you something. That actually was the game ball. I didn't lie.
Well, I didn't lie completely.
Oh, right.
Well, I didn't. That was a genuine conch shell. It wasn't plastic or anything.
I'm going again. I don't care. Listen, you.
Proceed. Step into the square.
I'm in the stupid square already, and I'm going to explain the significance of my pencil. And you're going to take it. You are going to accept it. You owe me. You owe me because I dared to go first, and I had a good explanation, and then the whole thing with the tie, and I'm the only one who brought a pencil with teeth marks. You are going to accept my offering, and that's all there is to it.
There's a new tactic.
Proceed.
Okay. See, the thing is, I didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare. I have much better offerings at home. I have a paperweight that actually has been in my family for generations and actually does have a significant history to it.
Have you got the paperwork for your paperweight?
Shut up, you liar!
Whoa, attitude.
And I've got trophies from swimming and gymnastics. I won the state balance beam competition for my age group 3 years ago. I have plenty of those kinds of things. So what I'm saying is, this pencil may not be great. I'll admit that. It's not a fabulous offering. But it's better than a joke piece of chewing gum, and it's better than a fake conch shell, and it's...
Are you going to claim that it's better than Amber's crayon? Go ahead. I'd like to hear you say that.
No, it's not. But I've had tragedy in my life, too. I had an aunt who died from complications of anorexia. She was only 46 and she died. Her funeral was incredibly sad. I can bring in the eulogy I delivered at her memorial service. I mean, everybody was crying over that. So, the thing is, this pencil, I want you to see it as a representation of all of the other offerings I could have brought in. I can still bring in, if you give me the chance. You need to accept this pencil.
Why don't you wrap the tie around it? Try a 2-for-1 special.
Please. This means a lot to her.
Whatever.
Thank you. It does mean a lot to me. I really want you to accept my offering. You need to.
We have considered your offering.
Please.
We do not want it.
You have to! You have to! You have to accept me!
It's okay. It's not you. You're perfectly acceptable.
Why won't they take me?
So, what's the story? Are we done here? One football, one conch shell, everything else we take back with us? Are you gonna try yours?
Like I said earlier, I didn't.
Oh, that's right. You came empty handed.
I just set it down outside. I can't believe I left it.
What about you?
No, I'm not going to.
Next.
Come on, what do you got to lose?
Absolutely nothing. That's the point. I mean, after the crayon didn't get in. Trust me.
But look what did.
Trust me, what I've got, not worth the time.
Next.
What about you?
I refuse. I agree with the girl who left. I was going to go with her, but I was curious to see what would happen here.
Did you bring something?
No.
Yes, you did.
What makes you so sure?
The before the no.
Fine, you got me. I brought something.
So?
Okay, sure, I'll present.
That's the spirit.
I'd do it if I had something.
Proceed. Step into the square with your offering. Explain its significance.
It's a good thing that statement of yours can never get old, never get boring, never even the least tad bit of annoying.
Let her talk.
Fine. This is a penny. It's completely ordinary. Brought it from home. Picked it up off the spare change in my desk. 2011. The date means nothing to me. I was alive then. Would have been around 6. Same age as Amber, but that's not my point. My point is, and why I brought this offering, so it's only a penny for one thing. Whether I keep it or lose it has no impact financially. And that's all I would want to risk in a venture like this, where I have no idea how things are being chosen, or why, or what's at stake. I wouldn't want to risk much in a situation like this. More important than that, I brought you this offering because it represents chance. There's an old question about flipping a coin. If it comes up heads 99 times, what's the chance it'll come up tails in the 100th flip? 1 in 2, same as always. So that's my offering. A coin. Call it.
Tails.
Tails it is. Maybe you should present your offering, if you care. I'm done.
We have considered your offering. We accept it.
This is crazy.
What? A coin? She said it didn't matter to her.
Wow.
Place your offering in the box.
No,
What are you doing?
I'm refusing.
Sweet. Nice move. She's sticking it to the man.
Place your offering in the box.
I will be withholding my offering, thank you.
You can't do that.
Why not?
Because it's an insult to all of us who've been trying.
Why? It's your choice to invest so much into the process, and it's my choice not to. And it's my choice to refuse to give my offering.
Don't you want to be accepted?
I'd rather prove a point.
Next.
This is crazy. This has all been so crazy.
So why not go for it?
Okay, look, all that I have is. Never mind.
Hey, you want to try it? It's that simple. Call it.
Heads.
You're on a roll.
Look, okay.
Proceed. Step into the square with your offering. Explain its significance.
Look, all I have is this. A fly.
Ew.
Not a real one. It's a fly for fly fishing. My dad tied it. I used it a couple years ago when we went fly fishing. My dad and me. I didn't catch anything except branches. I was really good at that, catching branches off the riverbank. Way up north, it took us forever to get there. My dad and me. We camped out for a couple of nights. He tried to teach me how to fly fish. I caught myself a couple times when casting too. One time I caught my hat and sent it right out into the water. My dad said it was the biggest catfish he'd ever seen. Pretty corny. But it was a good time. I mean, for one other day we saw like one other person beside us. Real quiet. Beautiful. With the sun and the trees and the river reflecting the sunlight. And my dad casting out and back and out and back. It's really a graceful thing when someone does it correctly. It's an ugly mess when someone like me does it. This one time, my dad tried to talk to me, which is kind of weird. He wasn't making a lot of sense. Something about how life was like fly fishing and how you did it mattered just as much as what you caught. I mean, he didn't talk to me much. He didn't talk to anybody much, really. He could make that fishing line soar like nobody's business, but talking, he sort of stumbled and repeated his words a lot. But the thing was, what I remember, what this fly reminds me of, is that afternoon with the sun and the trees and everything like a perfect picture, and him acting like the perfect dad, trying to teach me how to fly fish, trying to teach me about life. Yeah, of course, on the way home is when he told me he was moving out and that he and Mom were splitting up. Come to think of it, that's probably what he was trying to get at that afternoon, trying to get me prepared with his talk about never knowing what to expect and that all that matters what you did in response to that. We were supposed to go on a trip again this past summer. But anyways, I'm a lot like him, you know, not much of a talker. So that's all I have. A fly. Just a fly.
Thanks.
Why?
It was good.
We have considered your offering.
It was really good.
We do not want it.
I pretty much figured.
Can I have it, the fly?
Why?
To remember your story.
Sure.
Thanks.
Sure.
Next.
Well, I think that was the last next, Mr. Voice Without a Face out there. So, what now? What do we win?
Excuse me? I just wanted to take a second, please.
Proceed. Step into the square with your offering. Explain its significance.
Oh no, see, I don't have an offering, remember? I left it outside. It was actually a very pretty silk flower. I could run and get it, but I know that's not allowed. Once I leave, I can't, come back, so I'd just be sitting out there holding my flower at the door, right? Hello? Hello? I've got my offering now. That wouldn't be very useful, I guess, so no, I'm not offering anything. I just wanted to take a moment to say I'm sorry I didn't bring my object in. That's my fault. I accept that. And also to say, if it makes any difference at all, that I really think that you should reconsider the crayon and the fly. I'm pretty sure it won't matter, but I wanted to say that.
What about mine?
Yours? Oh, the pencil. And the pencil with the teeth marks. Though if you only have a set number you can take, I would have to recommend the crayon first, then the fly, then the pencil.
What about my chewing gum?
Well, you threw that away, didn't you?
I'm kidding. It was lame.
Oh, okay. So, that's just my 2 cents worth, but mainly, sorry about forgetting my flower. Thanks for your time.
We have considered your offering.
What? But I wasn't trying to.
Her offering?
We accept it.
What?
She didn't have anything.
This is ridiculous.
What's she supposed to put in the box? Some air?
It didn't ask her to put anything in the box. It just accepted her offering.
But what did she offer?
An apology. Her offering was an apology. It was accepted.
What about her suggestion that my pencil be accepted? Did they accept that?
Actually, if you remember, I said
The
that.
time is up.
Wait a minute!
You've got some major explaining to do.
Forget it. We're not going to get any questions answered. We've learned that much.
Time is up. Everyone must leave.
Hold on now. I'm Mr. Conch, remember? I got accepted. I won.
That's my football in there.
Right. We won. So, where do we go to claim the prize?
You've been accepted. Correct. Everyone must leave.
Yes, but what does that mean?
It means you've been accepted in the Society of Diddly Squat, pal. Congratulations.
The doors will lock permanently in 1 minute.
I'm getting out of here. I'm not staying in this nut house.
Me too.
Look, I'm getting my conch shell back.
The offerings have been accepted.
Looks like you're out of $6.99, bud. And guess I'm out the door.
This is cheap. This is a total ripoff. My conch shell got accepted. I won. It got in the box.
Yeah, big deal. Your conch shell got accepted.
Not everybody's did, but mine did. You tell people that, right?
You didn't want me? Why didn't you want me?
We have to go.
But
It doesn't matter. Come on.
Oh.